What's going on? So right now, this ticket is going to be about some of the Democratic candidates talking about reparations for African Americans. And I saw a little racist Tucker Carlson or some old clown. He had on the show, and they were laughing about the thought of reparations for African Americans and talking about that was a century and a half ago, and no one has a living grandmother or something, what have you. Excuse you. If you have someone in your family that's 80 or 90, the impacts of Jim Crow were very real. And they recall separate institutions which had to be fought all the way to the mid 60s. So technically, if you go by the Civil Rights Act and you go by the voting right, you're only talking about being technically constitutional free just in the past 55 years tops. I don't hardly think you can sit there with a straight face and not say that this isn't a serious and important discussion that should have already been settled for all heirs of African American descent in America. And also, I would say in Europe as well, be it Britain, Italy, France, Germany, all that. Yeah, they all owe people of African descent money because those shores profited off the backs of African Americans. And people can sit around and act all Scooby Doo and go, huh? What you mean? They passed through your shores. So they were technically in your custody. And guess what? Europe is an accessory to slavery. Yes, you are. So you should pay. Should always pay. That's why I'm so against passports and all this other stuff. Because if you're black, your passport is that you're black, that you were brought over illegally to these shores. Now, don't get it twisted. There was aid and help. However, the Jim Crowism and the mistreatment and the other factors that go along with it had no bearing on that part. Okay. If you're gonna treat people like meat, just like because you send it through doesn't mean you chop it into bits and grind it and you repackage it and then you act like nothing happened. That's the reality of life in America with it. But these candidates that are serious about, um, I don't want them just hearing about it. I wanted to go to the Senate floor. I wanted to go. If you can shut down the government over some stupid, racist, deleatic wall garbage, which is going to cost billions of dollars. Well, you owe African Americans that much. Right? And let's be real, trillions of dollars involved in lives and what have you. So, if the Democratic Party candidates or someone comes along that is offering about reparations, I'm all with it. I'm like, yeah, because it ain't about just a check. It's about an acknowledgement of an injustice which has still not been resolved. History books don't teach you nothing in school. All they do is try to lock you up, drug you up, thug you up, and pass you around and make it the best way you can. Um, you're not tied to America in any partnership. It's not like racist Wall Street is going to say, okay, we're going to put stocks and bonds so we can generate this together. They don't do that. None of those markets do that. So African Americans built the White House, built this country. So it's long overdue. It should even be for discussion. At this point, if this was a balance, should have access to ownership of this country properly. That's right. So history needs to be rewritten and told the correct way, not the whitewash way that goes for so-called news or so-called the way it is. Because it's funny. I always like get over it, but they still use those slave master dead presidents who benefited, all of them benefited off of slavery, all of them, because it took that. As much as I respect and admire Obama, he had to sit there and acknowledge Lincoln. Now you tell me if that ain't contradictory, because Lincoln didn't free nothing. He ain't do nothing. Reparations would heal a great divide. It would be still a long ways to go, but that would at least be an acknowledgement. So I applaud any of the Democrat ones who are actually going to push for this. I know it ain't going to happen this lifetime because America's too racist to get hip and to also to acknowledge their serious genocide issue here. But that's how I feel about it. All right, feel free to leave them comments, hit that subscribe. Thank you for watching. Peace. I'm out.